when it comes down to it, what's the primary reason, the main reason we do everything we do, particularly as a church? Why do we gather together? Why do we encourage one another? Why do we spend time in God's word and seek to know God's word? Why do we help each other in our walks with God? Well, what's the primary reason for all of that? Ultimately, is it not for God's glory and for the advancement of his gospel? That's really, the Great Commission, if you will, that calls us to make disciples. It's all about God's glory and more people knowing and following him. And so on Sunday morning, kind of an appropriate finish to the series that we've been talking about, this call to biblical stewardship, as we've gone through 10%. We're gonna talk on Sunday what a lot of people might not think about when in a series like this, and that's focusing always on the Great Commission. That really needs to be our focus. Our primary motivation for everything is that God would be glorified as his gospel is advanced. And so we're going to look at, for the conclusion of this series, we're going to look at the end of the book of Philippians. The book of Philippians, which is really all about a partnership for the advancement of the gospel. Paul encouraging the church at Philippi to partner together for the sake of the gospel going out. And so we're going to look at the last few verses of really the last part of chapter 4 in Philippians, and we're going to talk about always focusing on the Great Commission and really challenging each other to think about our daily priorities, what we do each day in everything, not just as we gather as a church, but everything, our daily lives, that we would really show through our actions, through our words, through our commitments, through our priorities, that we would show that discipleship, making disciples of Jesus, helping people to follow Jesus is our first and most important priority. And so we're going to look at that on Sunday. I hope that you'll join us at 9:30 for family groups and then again at 10:40 for worship. And how can we think through that practically? How can we make sure that our daily lives are helping people to follow Jesus and helping ourselves to follow Jesus?